What da danyo, what da dang, and go danyo, oh, what da dang. This is the voice of the Patriot, and my name Blakk Rasta. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll only do that on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. And remember, here, my brother, my sister, we take from the news reel and we keep it real. My brother, my sister, this is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. In all decorum, we speak truth to power. This is the voice of the people, and I'm most excited to be with you. Now today we have a number of issues to look at as usual, and we want to go straight up to My Joy Online, and I read, I'm ready to cooperate with you. Blakk Rasta refutes police claims of going into hiding, and I read, now the convener of the Democracy Hub protest, Blakk Rasta, has rejected allegations from the Ghana Police Service that he is in hiding and has been declared wanted. Describing the claims as baseless and misleading, Blakk Rasta clarified that he has maintained regular communication with senior police officers regarding his location and availability. His response came after the police announced a manhunt for him and others, following the arrest of several Democracy Hub protesters on Sunday, September 22, for alleged acts of lawlessness during the demonstration. Now, in a statement, the police claimed that Blakk Rasta was evading arrest, but he firmly denied these accusations through a Facebook post stating that there had been no attempt to avoid law enforcement. Now, the activist also criticized the police's narrative, emphasizing his continued cooperation with authorities and disputing the need for a manhunt. All right, so we go straight up to it. Now, a video has been shared by City News, and this video has Oliver Vamawo, the Oliver Vamawo that we all know, taking a key out of a police truck. From what I saw, the engine was running. He switched off the engine, pulled out the key, and started to run with the key, whilst police officers chased him, shouting, "Thief! He's stealing the key. He's taking the key. Arrest him. You guys should arrest him." And then the police stood there, watched him. The video is shot. We don't know what happened if he continued to run. But obviously, he's not been arrested. There are some reports that the keys were thrown away. Some other people say that Oliver Blakk Rasta ran away with the keys and never presented that to the police. My brother, my sister, I want to look at this as dispassionately as possible. Much as we need demonstrations to kick out this government that is so insensitive to the plight of the people, we must also be able to prove and demonstrate that we are decorous, we are temperate, that we have common sense. That truck whose key was taken away does not belong to the government in power. It belongs to the good people of Ghana. Why take the key and run away with it? Why? My brother, if it was some other country, I'm sure that Oliver would have been shot down. You can't do this in Cameroon, where a dirty dictator has taken over the whole country. Paul Biya is his name. You can't do this in Equatorial Guinea, where another dirty dictator is silencing the people in so many different ways. And I'm talking about Teodoro Nguema Mbasogo. You couldn't have done this, my brother, my sister, in the Congo, where people like Mobutu Sese Seko Kuku Ngbendu was a banger ruled. You couldn't do this in Togo. Can you try this, my brother, my sister, in these African countries? It means that our situation might be so bad, but not worse. For that matter, we must give some respect to the police. Some of the police officers share the same view with the demonstrators. They do not like what is going on, but they have given their allegiance to the government elected by the people of this country. My brother, my sister, how many times have we seen policemen and women join demonstrations? Illegal as it may be, we've seen it a number of times. So when you try to ground a police vehicle by pulling out the keys and running with that, I think that is the behavior of a spoiled child. A child who is desperate for attention. I think that is below the belt. And I think Oliver could have done it better. Oliver is a brother that I like. He's so much in a hurry to see the change happen in Ghana. But running with the police key won't bring about the change. The demonstration was peaceful and ongoing beautifully. It could have continued like that. You've been able to make an impact. Now, a lot of roads have been blocked right here in Accra, all because of these demonstrations. Now, if the leader of the demonstrations can be this rash, R-A-S-H, this rash, I wonder what the rest of the demonstrators will do. If the leader can pull out a key from a police vehicle, a vehicle that belongs to the state, and start running away with it, I wonder what his followers will be thinking. My brother, if one of the demonstrators has done this, yes, if one of the demonstrators had done this, we would have said, well, in demonstrations, so many different people join, coming from all walks of life, different temperaments, and different views, my brother. But if a man who is supposed to be a lawyer, a man who is supposed to be a respecter of the law, can pull out the key from out of a police vehicle, I feel truly embarrassed. And I see this as a desperate attempt to get attention. My brother, Oliver, you have had so much attention. You've been to the court several times, right? My brother, you went to the court and held high a flag of Ghana. You were shouted at to bring down the flag. And you did, unfortunately. If I were you, I would tell the judge that I would not. Because this is the country that we all stand for. That judge who did that was just being a sport judge. Abuse of power. How can I be holding a Ghana flag and a judge in Ghana would ask me to pull down the flag? What disrespectful behavior. And I didn't see the Judges Association of Ghana. Do we have anything like that? Come out against this bad behavior. This is very unpatriotic. My brother, for me to go to court clad in the colors of the nation, you should even applaud me, even if I was a thief. My brother, the judge asked you to bring it down. You had a beautiful opportunity to get the popularity that you so much desire. My brother, you could have told the judge straight away, no, sir, madam, I am not doing this. I represent my country, Ghana, and this is the best place to be able to show the colors of my nation. And let's see what will happen next. But no, you pulled it down for a reason best known to yourself. I won't call it cowardice, but maybe you thought after and told yourself that you should have refused to pull down the flag. Nobody in Ghana has the right to ask anybody to pull down a flag unless they are hurting the flag. Today, you pull out a police vehicle key ran away with it like a common thief. And the police is running after you. And none of the police officers could apprehend him. I am shocked. No wonder these days our police people are so aged. Some of them have pot bellies. Some of them cannot even run 2 centimeters. And I wonder who employs them. With all respect to the police, you know how much I love the police. My grandfather, Inspector Audu Kankani, was a powerful policeman. And anytime I talk about the police, I doff my heart. He was transferred all over Ghana. He went to Hohoi. He went all the way to Georgia and so many different places. Before he returned home, he could speak Ewe so fluently. These days, people see transfer as a punishment. Somebody who came all the way from the north, transferred to the Volta region, he returned home speaking Ewe. Probably he had a couple of Ewe girlfriends as well. I was too young to understand anything when he passed on. My brother, my sister, Oliver, with all respect, that was a low blow. It's un-Ghanaian and unlawful. You shouldn't have done that. There was no need for that. You walk into a police vehicle, switch off the engine, and then you pull out the keys and run with the keys. This is absolutely abhorrent, horrible. Oliver, find a way of dealing with this. Please, find a way of dealing with this. You don't need this. You don't need this. You're not a little boy, you are grown. For crying out loud. What did you want to achieve? Now you are saying you are not running away. Why don't you walk up to the police and tell them, yo, I hear you are looking for me. I'm here. There's no need for a manhunt. You say you are cooperating with the police. I'm happy to hear that. But my brother, we are not looking at breeding unlawful youth. That's not what the nation is looking for. Now the seeds you are planting, they are bloody seeds. And they will grow into bloody crops. You are sowing the wind. And if we are not careful, we are going to reap the storm. Let's be careful. We want a demonstration. We want this government out of power because the government is useless. Yes, useless. But we must do it in all decorum. We must do it in all respect. Yes, if we do it like this, my brother, we will be paid back in our own coin. I leave it here. Now the next thing I want to look at is taken from Ghana Web, and it says, Galamsey, why didn't the NDC solve it if it was that easy? Miracles, Dennis Abuaji talks. And I read, the Director of Communications for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's campaign, Miracles Dennis Abuaji, has slammed the opposition National Democratic Congress, the NDC, for blaming the ruling NPP for the escalation of Galamsey activities in the country. Miracles Abuaji questioned why the NDC government was unable to solve the Galamsey issues during their reign from 2011 if the fight against illegal mining is that easy. In fact, in our country, we are no longer paying communication officers to think. We pay them to talk. It's sad. And it doesn't matter what they say. Most of the time, those who insult the most are those who are picked up to be communicating officers of so many different parties. These days, you listen to the conversation and it's everything short of communication. In fact, they are having insultathon, a marathon of insults. Ghana has gone into the Guinness Book of Records, better still, the World Book of Records. My brother, my sister, when it comes to insults, insultathon, we have won that. Today, to get views, we insult each other, drag down each other, strip each other naked, and we don't care as long as we get the views. A son can insult his father from morning till night, all because he wants views on social media. How much do you get paid for these views? Sadly, the trends don't even last. They trend for a few hours, and the people are looking for the next trend. They forget about you, looking up to the next trend. Dennis Abuaje is one such guy. He is somebody who could have been brilliant, but he's pushed away common sense, and he's dealing with just rubbish. Talk shop. And I'm disappointed. He's a young guy, and I thought that he could have been a little bit more decorous in some of his talks. Now, when you listen to Sami Jemfi talk, yes, sometimes he could go overboard too, but most of the time, the man is talking figures and facts. He might get some of the facts wrong, some of the figures wrong, but at least he's talking facts and figures, supposedly. But when it comes to Miracle Abuaje, he is peddling insults. And that is sad. My brother, it is very, very shameful that the communicator of the party that wants to be maintained in power is a man with a foul mouth. Insults. The other day, he spoke so rudely to Kwesi Pratt, a veteran when it comes to our thing. And the way he spoke to him, in fact, I dare not even repeat some of the words that he brought out. And he also had supporters supporting him for throwing insults at a man like that. And Kwesi Pratt handled it very well. He just told him straight away, brother, I think that we have to be very patient when we come on this show. If we were doing it like this, I am not sure we would have been able to maintain it all this while till now. And Kwesi Pratt left it. If I were Kwesi Pratt, I would never return on that platform, especially that the host did not see to bring this guy to book. But we are different people, you know. My brother, it is what it is. Let's get to what Dennis Miracles Abuaje is saying. He's saying if it was easy, the NDC should have sorted out the Galamsey issue. But because it's not easy, that is why they couldn't deal with it. So they shouldn't expect them to be able to deal with it as quickly as they expect. So you see, we kicked out the NDC for some of these reasons. Galamsey was ongoing, corruption was ongoing, and some other such things. We brought out an incorruptible man who told us he was too old to steal. We bought in his supposed vision of incorruptibility. My brother, my sister, today he's the worst president we have had in this nation. The West. Galamsey. Ghana has become the citadel of Galamsey illegal mining. People leave all the countries in the world and come to Ghana to destroy our land. And our own citizens aid them in destroying our land. They have the effrontery to make videos of themselves telling us that they will do this illegal mining till the end of time. After all, there's no money in the system. The system has been wrecked and hijacked by politicians who are not ready to see the world or the country get better. So Miracles Abuaje is saying the same thing. Mama couldn't do it. Why do you expect us to be able to do it? My God. What a disappointing statement. Why didn't you tell us right from the time when you wanted to be our next government that, yeah, Mahama couldn't do it. We will not also be able to do it, but still vote us into power and see how many cockroaches will vote you. It's so sad how arrogant these people are. So arrogant. They've been able to get enough of the taxpayers' money in one way or the other. So all they are doing right now is showing us their inner colors. Very, very arrogant. Just watch this man speak. And you realize that, no, he's just out there to show his upbringing. Sadly. Well, it's clear. He's saying that the NDC couldn't do it. Don't expect them to be able to do it. Next thing I want to look at is here, and it's coming from 3 News. My own 3 News. Vote for me. I have bold solutions to Ghana's challenges. And this is Bawumia talking. Flag bearer of the new Patriotic Party, the NPP, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has appealed to Ghanaians to vote for him in this year's general elections to be president. He says he has bold solutions to Ghana's economic challenges, for which he is calling on Ghanaians to give him their votes. That is what he's saying. So, sometimes, and I'm hurt what I'm going to talk about, Dr. Bawumia, does he really think about Ghanaians? Does he respect Ghanaians? I wanted to use some other word, but because of the fact that I want to be as decorous as possible, I'm going to throw that word away. My brother, if Dr. Bawumia has any ... I don't think that he should be talking like this. I am sad. Watch this. This is the chairman of the economic management team. You know what that means? It means the economy of Ghana is managed by this man. He's more powerful than the finance minister. He talks to the finance minister, guides the finance minister to do what is needful in order to see the economy heave a sigh of relief. Look at the shambolic nature of our economy. The dollar, American dollar, runs at an exchange rate to the cedi at 16 or 17 Ghana cedis, depending on which abochi you meet on the street. My brother, Bawumia says he has bold solutions for Ghana's economic challenges. Therefore, vote him into power. I see this as an insult to the integrity of our people. So who are those supporting Bawumia? Why do you support him? Can you tell me? Is it that you are nation wreckers, or you just don't understand what Bawumia is talking about? Or maybe he's so handsome, so you want to vote for him, or you support him? Agrobe soa efri anopa. Economic management team boss, a sitting vice president. He was heralded as the economic whiz kid of the nation. In fact, some other nations in Africa even sought his counsel on the economy. This is the best brain when it comes to economics. But my brother, he refused to think economically. He ran this country's economy into the doldrums. In fact, he beat the war drums on the economy. Now the economy is at war and has lost the war, and the Ghanaian economy has become a prisoner of war. Not many people would understand this until they chew green grass tomorrow morning. If you look, do you get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. Or go and ask your grandfather. The man who beat the war drums on the economy, saying he would fight every economy in order to keep the Ghanaian economy afloat and aloft. My brother, he arrested the dollar. My brother, my sister, and locked up the dollar, pulled out the key, gave it to the IGP, and told the IGP to lock the key. And the key was locked up and hidden. Today, the dollar has broken jail. The dollar has been able to rally around come and fight, and now has arrested the whole country's economy, not only the city, locked it up as a prisoner of war. If I were Baumia, to be honest with you, I'll be so ashamed to still go out there and talk about the economy. I will bow down my head in shame. To be honest with you, I would even never run for the presidency. But this is the guy. Because a lot of Ghanaians refuse to wear their common thinking caps. Common sense. They are easy to convince as soon as they start dangling carrots in front of them. Nana Akufo-Addo will go down as the worst president this nation has ever had, in whose tenure of office Galamsey got to its acme. He will go down in history as the worst president this nation has ever had, in whose regime people kept money under their beds in rat holes and pigeon holes, more money than the banks could contain. Yet no kind of punishment befell them. Nana Akufo-Addo will go down in history as the worst president this nation has ever had, and in whose regime ghosts were able to send Momo from Awudomi Cemetery. Nana Akufo-Addo would go down in history as the worst president in whose regime the chiefs he begged to make him president, he shouted at them to stand up and salute him because he was the new Julius Caesar. My brother, my sister, I don't know what I will tell my children when they grow up and ask me about the worst president this nation has ever had. Because if I attempt to start speaking, I might comatose. I leave it here. I'm thinking about closing the show right now, but I want to look at something to close it up. Well, before I look at that thing, there's something here from Peace FM Online, and it says, disregard claims that organized labor demanded farms to call off strike. And I read, the Ad Hoc Ministerial Committee on Illegal Mining has dismissed allegations made by the new Patriotic Party Bono Regional Chairman, Mr. Kwame Bafo, claiming that the leadership of organized labor demanded money to call off its planned strike. The committee described the accusations as baseless and unfounded. In a press statement released on Thursday, September 19, 2024, and signed by the committee's chairman and Minister of National Security, Albert Kandapa, the committee urged the public to disregard such claims, emphasizing that no financial requests were made during his engagement with the organized labor leaders. By their fruits they shall be known. Abronye DC was one of the foul-mouthed communicators they had, better still miscommunicators. They plied their trade by the plethora of insults they had in their stomachs. And when they spoke, it was stinking like garbage. No decorum. They spoke. Today, they are seeking to tame the tiger that they have grown. My brother, but let's cut him some slack. They say when a crocodile comes out of water and tells you that when the fish is sleeping, it snores. You got to believe it. You don't live in water, right? My brother, but some things are unbelievable. Organized labor decided to go on strike because of Galamsey. They passed back, allegedly, to ask to be given some money so that the leaders can go and blow that, my brother, my sister, and stop the demonstration because it's embarrassing the government. So now, the whole rhetoric has moved away from the common platform of national patriotism to egotistical regional mindedness. Hallelujah. Blakk Rasta, calm down. Hear me now. Those who were seen to be fighting for the nation, the good of the nation, all of a sudden are going for bribe so that they will stop embarrassing the government, so the government can have a field day and lynch the people even more with galamsey. Now, Kandapa comes out to tell us, disregard this. It is not true. Where did Abronya DC get the information? Well, this won't be the first time people would go for bribe in order to sell out their members. We've seen that time and again. We saw how Kwame Nkrumah was removed. We saw how Kwame Nkrumah was pulled out of the government. Some people described it as Ghana's day of shame. That day in February 1966, I will never forget. He left this nation to help bring peace to other nations, only for him to become a victim of loyalty and respect. Today, my brother, my sister, bribery and corruption will continue. I was in Zima the other day. In fact, I arrived just this morning. And you should have seen every corner, everybody posting the photograph of Kwame Nkrumah. Nyaneba Hotel, Kwame Nkrumah International Hotel, Kwame Nkrumah Borehole, Kwame Nkrumah Park, Kwame Nkrumah Stadium, Kwame Nkrumah Neem Tree, Kwame Nkrumah River. We are so proud of Kwame Nkrumah, yet we do not want to abide and live by the ideals of the great man. We love the great man, yet we are not ready to do what will make us great. Are we then hero worshippers? What are we? Every corner, you see a man taking bribe in a hotel that is called Kwame Nkrumah Hotel. You see a man wearing a Kwame Nkrumah t-shirt and he's doing galamsey. What an insult to the integrity of loyalty and patriotism. How can you wear a Kwame Nkrumah t-shirt and be doing galamsey? How can you be wearing a Kwame Nkrumah t-shirt and be stealing from the government? It's like holding the Bible whilst raping a young lady. It's like blowing tongues whilst you are raping a young lady. What's wrong with you? I was walking around the whole of Nzima. Nkrumah here, Nkrumah there, Nkrumah here, Nyaniba there, Nkrumah here, Nyaniba here. And I asked myself, these people, do they understand what it is to say Nkrumah? Or they are just hero worshippers? 99.9999% of all these people are hero worshippers. They are not ready to do what makes great men great. Stay away from the bribes. Stay away from the disloyalty. Stay away from the untruthfulness. Stay away from all canker. We are not ready to do that. All we are ready for is stealing and breaking the back of our nation. So, organized labor, if you truly went for some bribe, it's on to you. Everywhere I go, youths approach me and they ask me, do you think Ghana would ever stand on a good footing? I said, if it once did, it would do again. But it starts with you. All the youth coming to ask me, will Ghana be Ghana again? I take them through the history of Ghana briefly. Why were we named Ghana at all? Because there was a great kingdom called Ghana. And history tells us that in that kingdom, there was never any man, not a woman, poor. Everybody was rich. Was it a utopia kind of empire? Was it utopic? Was it perfect? My brother, my sister, Nkrumah wanted to emulate that. Nkrumah did his very best. He couldn't achieve the Ghana Empire status, but he did achieve the modern Ghana status. Today, the modern Ghana that Nkrumah gave us has become the yardstick for Ghanaians. And it looks like it's a long shot for Ghanaians to achieve. President after president is all thievery. The other day, former President Mahama was saying it. He said stealing, scandals all over the place have become so common that journalists have become disinterested in that. There are too many of them. It's no more news. It's the norm. And I applauded him for that. A reason I sang Thief President right there at Nkrumah. Thievery has become so common, it has become the norm. Journalists have lost interest in reporting thievery and thieving scandals. Mr. President, why you dey lie so? Before election, you tell we you be angel. When you sick, you run go a London. When we sick, oh, we die for Kolebo. Mr. President, why you wicked so? Tell me how you dey sleep at night too. See them a come, them coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like your savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief. Thief President, why you thieving so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so? Verse 1. I see the people. Oh, Jesus have mercy. Sometimes I think about this and it breaks my heart. I see the people crying every day, oh, them want food, them can't find. I see the youth looking for a job, oh, every way, and them can't find. Mr. President, him just belly full, oh, in a family, them no suffer, oh. Suffer, the poor man they suffer, oh. Suffer, rich man know they suffer. Suffer, poor man they suffer, oh. Suffer, rich man know they suffer, lie. See them a come, them coming like an angel, but them a thief, them no say them a thief. Mr. President, you coming like your savior, but you a thief, you no say you a thief. Thief President, why you thieving so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people them a suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so? No names mentioned. You say Nkutiano and Nimniura. You can't listen to this song and not know who these songs belong to. This is Mr. Traitor, Mr. President, Master of Sleeping, Mr. Sleepy Dent. This is Mr. Traitor, Mr. Traitor Dent, Master of Sleeping, Mr. Sleepy Dent. I'll leave it here. My name is Blakk Rasta, and I'm all about Ghana.
This is 3FM.